Almost 10 at night in Metro Manila, and the day is just beginning for her. While most of the city eats dinner, she is putting on her shoes. While most of the city settles in front of a television, she is walking toward a jeepney stop, badge already clipped to her bag. By the time her neighbors turn off their lights, she will be at a desk on the 20th floor of a glass building, a headset over her ears, greeting a stranger on the other side of the world. Good evening. Thank you for calling. How may I help you today? She says this so many times a night that the words have stopped sounding like words. They are simply the shape her voice takes for 8 hours, while Manila sleeps and Ohio, or Sydney, or London goes about its day. She has a college diploma, a fixed schedule, a payslip, a company ID with her photo on it. It's the kind of job her parents once hoped for her. Steady, in a way that doesn't depend on weather or harvest or a customer's mood at a market stall. By most measures, this is one of the steadier paychecks on her street. So why, by the Tuesday after payday, is there already less of it than the number first suggested? Payday comes on the 15th and the 30th. The amount barely changes. It lands in her banking app a little after midnight. For a few minutes, it is just a number. Then, it starts to move. It goes to her parents. Nobody asks her for it. There is no conversation about it. She just sends it. The number on the screen is smaller now than it was 5 minutes ago. It is still payday, but the number already means something different than it did 5 minutes ago. What's left still has to last a month. The jeepney fare, twice a day, 6 days a week. Small on any single ride, large enough to notice by the third week. The internet bill the whole house shares. A phone plan that isn't really a luxury in her line of work. It's how her manager reaches her, how her shuttle group finds her, how her mother knows she made it home. None of it looks, at first glance, like a family expense. It looks like the ordinary cost of holding a modern job. But those bills are also the cost of staying reachable, for hours the job never actually pays her for. By the third week, the number from midnight on payday is already gone. Her shift runs on someone else's clock, not Manila's morning, a city she has never seen, in a country she may never visit, where a customer is just starting their day when hers is ending. There's a small premium added to her pay for the hours after 10 at night, a line item, a number with its own name on the payslip. He doesn't ask what those hours cost her. It only gives them a label. Sleep when it comes competes with delivery trucks outside and construction 2 houses down. She eats what the 24-hour store near the office still has at 3 in the morning, standing quickly because the next call is already queued. She never calls it a hardship. It's just her week. What's easy to miss watching from outside is what that premium actually pays for and what it never comes close to covering. Friday morning, shift just ended, sun already up. Her pay landed a few hours ago. This month's still mostly intact. Outside the building, a milk tea shop she usually walks past is just opening. She's tired in the way only 5 night shifts in a row can make a person tired. She stops at the window. It would cost very little, a small reward after 5 long nights. And she has, after all, just been paid. She takes out her phone to check her balance, already smiling a little at the thought of something. Before the app fully loads, a message arrives. Ate, kulang pa po ng 50 piso para sa project. She reads it twice. She closes the milk tea order. She opens her banking app instead. She sends the money. The whole exchange takes less than a minute. No sigh, no hesitation worth mentioning. She still gets her milk tea, eventually. A little later, a little smaller than she'd first pictured it. 50 pesos, less than the price of the drink she was about to buy. It moved faster than her own reward did. None of this, on its own, is unusual. A jeepney fare, a phone bill, 50 pesos for a school project. Each one, alone, is just the ordinary math of a household. But put them back in the order they actually happened. Her parents, before she'd spent a peso on herself, the tools of her own job before her comfort, her siblings 50 pesos ahead of her own milk tea. On their own, none of it means much. In this order, something starts to show. She has never called any of it a burden. It looks more like ownership, the kind that comes from learning a role so early you don't remember being taught it. Down her street, in the next house, in the house after that, other paydays are arriving at the same hour, disappearing in the same order. Pepito has been near this whole time, the way he always is, present, unnoticed, taking in more than he says. He doesn't step forward. He offers no advice, no sympathy, no summary of what any of it means. Near the end of the evening, he opens his notebook and writes one line. Some salaries arrive already spoken for. He closes it. Outside, the street continues exactly as it was. A woman walking home in daylight after a night shift. A milk tea shop filling with its first customers. A phone somewhere holding a message of thanks from a sibling who got the project in on time. Nothing about it looks important. Maybe that's the point.